A very good morning to you wherever you are. It's a Saturday morning here on MX24. My name is Benedict Owusu. This is Playmakers. Apologies for not starting on time, but we are live and in large and in charge. And we're going to run from now till the hour of 9 to tell you everything you need to know in the world of football, from the local scene to the international scene. Here on the local scene, we're going to look at the Manchester Derby. There are quite a number of derbies this weekend. In the Ghana Premier League match day 11, the Manchester Derby involving Accra Great Olympics, Accra Hearts of Folk at the Accra Stadium. That's happening later today. And then tomorrow we'll have the Inter-Allies and Legon City's game at the Accra Stadium and Accra Derby. And the big one tomorrow will be at the Obuasi Clay Stadium, where Kumasi Asante Kotoko will take on Ashanti Gold. That also is the Ashanti Derby. So it's match day 11 of the Ghana Premier League. Other matches will be played. In the course of the program, I'll update you and let you know the matches. Yesterday, it started with Bichim United beating 11 Wonders by 3-1. And a game that saw the coach of 11 Wonders heckled by some police officers after the match. That's something we'll try and go into. And also we'll have a discussion on what to expect in the Manchester Derby later today at the Accra Stadium. On the international front, Chelsea have a new manager in Thomas Tuchel. He's played his first game against Wolverhampton Wanderers a day after he was signed. That was when he played his first game. So he took charge of training for just once and went into that game. Unfortunately, they drew. He has a chance this weekend to make a winning start at his club, and their game is against Burnley. The top liner this weekend, and of course later today, is the game between Arsenal and Manchester United. Remember, United lost to Sheffield United. Who thought that it was going to happen? But yes, it happened, and this what we are seeing in this season's English Premier League. Crazy things are happening in the Premier League. Liverpool finally back to winning ways, and they did it in an emphatic way, beating Tottenham Hotspur by 3-1 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. We'll build up to their game this weekend away to West Ham United at the London Stadium. Also elsewhere, there'll be matches in the Spanish La Liga, Serie A, Bundesliga. I'll try and update you. Or later on, I'll pick your thoughts here on the show when I open the phone lines for you to interact with us here. Remember, last night, a story broke the Confederation of African Football, their president, that's Ahmad, who was temporarily banned, has been reinstated. That's an order coming from the Court of Arbitration for Sport, that's CAS. But the substantive matter will be heard before their election on March 12. So there'll be more on that, plus other stories here on MX24 Playmakers with me, Benedict Owusu. We'll go for a quick break. When we come back, we'll go into the Premier League and do other issues here. Don't go away. Welcome back. Let's quickly go into our conversation with regards to the Ghana Premier League match day 11. And as I made mention earlier, it started yesterday with 11 Wonders going away to Bichim United, a game that they lost by 3-1. Well, the major talking point throughout the week has got to do with the Manchester Derby, which will happen at the Accra Stadium later today. Joining me, as always, to do more on the Ghana Premier League is James Soa. James, a very good morning to you, and thanks so much for joining me. There is no other place to start than the Manchester Derby at the Accra Stadium. What a game! What kind of game do you anticipate this evening?
Well, good morning, Benedict, and good morning to your viewers across the globe. Well, this is an anticipated game, and we know Olympics, Accra Great Olympics, always boast of them being the landlords and Accra to folk being the landguards. And then, preview to this game, we've had a lot of interviews here and there with Accra to folk saying, "Look, we are the oldest, and then we've won more than you, we've achieved more than you." So we have the bragging right to call ourselves the real landlords of Accra. But that notwithstanding, matches between Accra Great Olympics and Accra to Folk some always have a lot of controversies surrounding it. And then going into the game, form is never part of it. But over the last few matches that they've played, I think it's Accra to Folk that stands tall. They've won most of the matches. Accra to Folk, Accra Great Olympics can only boast of 2 wins out of 19 from year 2000. So that should tell you that it has been a one-sided affair at the moment. But that notwithstanding, this is the best Accra Great Olympic side we've seen in a long while. So they'll give the Phobians a run for their money.
I mean, both teams drew their respective games prior to this game. Hartlepool went away to the Bukum Golden City Park, drew goalless. Olympics were at home to the league leaders, Karela. They also drew. I was at the stadium to see that game and what a performance they put up. And you watch the Accra Hartlepool game against Bukum Chelsea. By virtue of those two performances, I mean, which team do you see going into this game with the upper hand?
Well, I think if anything is to go by with regards to the two games that we are referring to, I think both goes into this face-off with chest high because the last time, prior to Accra Suffolk visiting the Golden City Park, they lost 3-0. So going to, we all know how daring the Golden City Park is. It's difficult to go there and then come out with a point. So Accra Suffolk picking a point and keeping a clean sheet at the Golden City Park and going to this game is a very, very good plus for them. And then we cannot shake off Karela United current form. They are the only side that are yet to drop a point at home, and 5 wins from 5 games. And drawing against Great Olympics, drawing against them, it's a major plus going into the game. But I think Great Olympics surge currently has dwindled a little bit, but with the form in which they've shown, the kind of performance in which they showed when Arno Walker was at the helm of affairs, I think it's going to be a really, really dicey game for Accra Hartlepool. But Accra Hartlepool picking a point against Bekum Chelsea is a major boost ahead of this game.
Well, having lost to Legon Cities in a way they did, now they have a chance to redeem their image against Kumasi Asante Kotoko at home. You think a free scoring Ashanti Gold side can cause Kotoko problems in the top liner this weekend at the Obuasi Clay Stadium?
Well, Ash Gold are a very formidable side. They are the highest scoring side. And then on the other hand, Kumasi Asante Kotoko are not clean sheet merchants. So it's really going to be a very, very dicey game. But as it stands at the Linkley, it's difficult for Ashgo to lose. But since I think 2000, they've met 36 times, and Kumasi Asante Kotoko, they've been able to pick 4 victories and 2 defeats, and 2 draws. Sorry. From the Linkley, and that's a boost going into the game. But their last game does not repose much confidence going into the game. That's with respect to Ashgold. They lost heavily. One of their biggest defeats since joining the top flight. So they will love to make amends. They go into the game as the wounded lions, but we shouldn't take anything away from Asante Kotoko. I think they are the best away team at the moment, undefeated in 5 games, 2 wins and 2 draws. That should give you something to look up to in this game. And it's a derby, we shouldn't forget. So it will be a very, very cagey game. And whoever wins will have the bragging right till they meet again. So I think Kotoko will be on the edge against Ashgold going into this game.
And for Legon Cities, having beaten Ashanti Gold by 5-2 to record their 2nd win of the season, I mean, they will be feeling confident going into that game against the Inter-Allies tomorrow at the Accra Stadium.
I think we are beginning to see Bashir Hayford's fingers on the team at the moment. They've had a very, very rough patch, but they are coming good, and their win against Wafa at home really prepared them to go into that Adriana game, which they narrowly lost, but they came back and then whitewashed one of the best sides in the system so far by 5 goals to 2. I think that's a plus for them to go into this game. Interlies, on the other hand, are not doing well at all. 2 wins, and then that all coming by way of home games. So I think it will be a very very dicey game for Legon Cities. But with the current form that Legon Cities are on, I don't see them succumbing to Inter-Allies. Inter-Allies currently they are chopping and changing managers here and there. They are one of the few sides that they've changed Gaffet so far. But I don't think change has really brought them any good omen at the moment. So it will really be a very very very
I mean, James,
tasty
okay.
game to watch.
All right, so briefly before I take leave of you, I mean, I don't know if you've seen pictures of how the police yesterday heckled 11 Wonders coach Ignatius Oseifusu at the stadium after their game against Bechem United. Yes, I've heard different stories. I spoke to the coach myself, and he talked about how the assistant Lion 1 used vulgar words on him. That infuriated him, and he went on to the referee because he thought that they were given a raw deal. I mean, no matter what happens, whether the coach said something or the referee said something, the way he was heckled, I mean, it shouldn't be.
Well, I completely agree with you. I condemn the act of the police thoroughly. I condemn it. We shouldn't be saying this in our game. This particular juncture that we are trying to woo back fans to the stadium. We are trying to woo the interest back. We are trying to bring back the love. These are not scenes we need to be seeing on our television screens when we talk about Ghana football. And this should not take the center spread when discussions is ongoing with regards to the league. Well, I also heard a lot of stories, but under no condition. I think whatever happens behind the scenes or whatever happened prior to the heckling and other things, I think the linesman, if you feel insulted, if you feel the coach on the touchline is not behaving as he should, the best thing to do is to signal the center referee, and for the center referee to issue warning or even send the coach out of the touchline. But I also heard that the linesman used vulgar words on the coach, so the coach had to retaliate. These are not things that we need to be encountering when we talk about the GHPL. And it's really really appalling that now that we are seeing good football, we are seeing interest in the league go up high or up, we are beginning to see this nasty things on our screen. It's rather unfortunate, but I condemn the act of both the referee and the coach.
James, thank you very much for your time. As always, always a pleasure speaking to you on this show. So that was James Owa giving us a different perspective as to what to expect this weekend in the Ghana Premier League, especially the Accra Great Olympics Hartlepool game, the Ashanti Gold Kumasi Asante Kotoko game, and then Inter-Allies Legon City. So other games that will be played, Wafa will be at the Sugar Copper Park to play against Liberty Professional. So we also have Karela. They will be at home to Mediama SC, and then Elmina Sharks will be at the Indom Stadium to take on Dreams FC. So yesterday, as I made mention earlier, one game was played, and it was 11 Wonders Bechem United, which 11 Wonders lost that game by 3-1. So you look at the top scorers chart on the Ghana Premier League. Daniel Lomote, who plays at Wafa, is on 8 goals. There we see Taylor. So Daniel Lomote at Wafa recently went to Tunisia. We understand that he's back in the league again. So DOC Taylor is with Karela. He also has 8 goals. Kwame Poku of Asante Kotoko has 6. Yaya Muhammad also of Indiana Stars 6, and then 5 goals rather. Hans Kofi of Ashanti Gold, he has 4, with Kwame Pepper of Ken Faisal with 4 goals there. So that's what is going to happen in the Premier League, that's the Ghana Premier League. For the Women's League, there are going to be games. Let me quickly run through the fixtures for you. The Northern Zone, we are going to see Fabulous Ladies take on Ampem Dakwan Ladies, and then Prison Ladies will come up against Northern Ladies. Kumasi Sports Academy will take on Ashtown Ladies, with Perpure Ladies or playing host to Supreme Ladies. These are matches in the Northern Zone. For the Southern Zone, Police Ladies will come up against Soccer Intellectual Ladies, and then Bray Ladies, Sea Lions Ladies, Hazakes Ladies, Standard Queens FC, and Ladies Strikers FC Immigration Ladies. Almost all the teams have ladies attached to them. All right, so that's it by way of our discussion here on the local scene. We'll go for a quick break. When we come back, we'll zoom into the English Premier League and other matters. Stay tuned, don't go away. All right, thanks so much for staying. Later on, I'll activate the phone line so you get to speak to me on the show. So the numbers to call when I do so are 0550 331 511, 0550 331 511, or 0204 730 481, 0204 730 481. I have in the studio Elon Fiaka and then Eustace Akwe. Guys, thanks so much for joining me.
It's always a pleasure.
I'll start with you, Elon. Did it come to you as a surprise that you woke up? It was after Sunday. Yeah. Chelsea had parted company with Lampard.
No, definitely not. Because I know the culture of Chelsea, the kind of ethics that exists there, and success is in the ethos of this Chelsea hierarchy. Now, Frank Lampard had a very wretched a dip in form. In fact, he won 2 out of his last 7 games, which, I mean, for any Chelsea manager is unacceptable. Now, we had a lot of undertones about player unrest, about lack of tactical nuances, etc. And all of this went to affect him. Now, a lot of people were saying Lampard is a legend. Why was he sacked? But, I mean, I'm sorry. This is a results game. And for the Chelsea hierarchy, I believe if they saw a certain a sign that there will be a certain degree of progress, they probably might have kept him. But they didn't, because it seemed the team kept retrogressing over and over again. So I wasn't surprised, because a lot of Chelsea fans called for the sack. Simply because, I mean, come on, you can't keep going the way you're going after you spent that much money. A lot of people argue that the likes of Timo Werner and Kai Havertz were not Lampard's players. He wanted, what, Tarkowski? He wanted...
Tarkowski of
Burnley, he wanted Declan Rice, and I think there was this other striker he wanted, and Aubameyang. Those were the players he tabled to the board that he wanted. But then again, I mean, we know how Chelsea works, and they want to build the next generation. For all these players I've listed, they are in the twilight of their careers. It means he wanted a certain degree of instant success, which he didn't get. But then again, with the players he got, they were top quality players. Timo Werner, I mean, across Europe, we've seen him in the Champions League. We've seen what he can do. Kai Havertz in the Bundesliga, we have seen him play for Leverkusen. We know what he can do across the pitch as well. So for him, tactically, he seemed to be fixated on that 4-3-3 that didn't seem to work. There wasn't a lot of confidence in the team, etc. There were factions, because there were the Lampard faction and the other faction. So a lot of us were not surprised. And like I said, it's a results game, so Chelsea would have pulled the trigger. We sacked Mourinho. We sacked Ancelotti for finishing second. We sacked Di Matteo even when he won the Champions League. I mean, come on. It's a results game. If you don't deliver, you go.
We'll come to the new coach, but I mean, Eustace, at the point when reports started coming in that Lampard is set to be sacked, when I went on social media, now the dynamics and the narrative changed from Lampard is set to be sacked to people saying, why don't they give him time? I mean, if you want results, this is not what you do. I've also heard some coaches, come out to say that they were not patient with Lampard. For instance, Jurgen Klopp said, yes, this is the culture of Chelsea, but I mean, Lampard is a young manager, you give him time. Jose Mourinho said same, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said same, Brendan Rodgers also said same. Don't you think they should have given him time?
Well, Benedict, to be honest with you, I mean, from their perspectives, I mean, they don't enjoy the second bit of the job, obviously. And these are managers who, I don't know if to say on a lighter note, but they are happy to have Lampard because he's easy to beat. That's just on a lighter note. But when you look at his performance, I mean, when he came in and there was a transfer ban, he performed, I mean, better.
Very well,
Better.
I tell people that it was because the other cast around him were not performing well. I mean, how can you allow... He had an 11-point gap Over
yeah,
Man United.
and you see the thing is,
They
at
kept
the- at the
dropping
time-
points, yeah.
At the time that he came in, that there was a transfer ban. That was like a one-horse race. It was just about Liverpool going.
Definitely, and the rest. I mean, Tottenham,
No, but
Yeah.
he was-
Arsenal, they were
I
really
agree,
serious
I
enough.
agree.
Man United.
the point is, he was able to get performances. I mean,
But
some degree of
notwithstanding, he performed.
yes,
yeah.
some degree of. I mean, from the kind of material and personnel he had, the players
Yeah.
at his disposal, he was able to get. I mean, a fairly good. I mean, he's not experienced. Look, we are not talking about a Jose Mourinho, an established Pep Guardiola.
I mean, not to
this
cut
is a
you,
young
but
manager.
the time that he came in, if Sarri had stayed, there was no way Sarri was going to play
No,
Tammy
definitely.
Abraham,
Tammy Abraham.
and all those
He
players.
relied on
If
them and it
wasn't-
worked for him.
Yeah.
I mean, so obviously with a bunch of the quality of the players that came in the next season and the expectations went up there and everybody expected Chelsea to be challenging for the title at the very least.
But that's not possible.
It's not possible because, like Elom said, he's fixated on a particular system. He doesn't have a plan B. There was no dynamic. And these were things that I keep wondering whether time would have, if time had played out, whether he would have changed because,
no, but-
because the inconsistency was too much.
But you need time for the team to gel, especially when all the, I mean, as many as 5 new players up
Yeah,
front.
but Benedict, sometimes, like I said earlier, if there are signs of that happening,
Yes.
they would keep him.
Exactly.
Because with Jurgen Klopp, when he came to Liverpool, he finished, what, 7th? Was it 6th or 7th?
was
Sit,
sixth.
the first.
No, 7th. He finished 7th.
The first season was
Season.
six.
It was 6th.
Sixth.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
finished
it
6th.
was
And then he finished, what,
Then
2nd?
he came into the
Yeah.
yeah,
But there were clear signs.
No, he was building the team. You
Yeah.
could see the defense was
Yeah.
becoming solid. He
You
wasn't
see,
losing.
The thing about
games.
Jurgen Klopp and Lampard's situation, Jurgen Klopp did not sign the players that Lampard signed, especially with that fee. Because Lampard, in his second season at Chelsea, the first one wasn't a full season,
Yeah.
but started a new season. How many money did he spend? He
220
But
million.
Benedict,
Of course,
the thing
but Jurgen
also,
Klopp didn't spend that
Yeah, no, but
amount of
with
money, so
Jurgen Klopp,
the pressure will not be as
No,
that
but-
of,
but-
and the
but-
Liverpool culture too, is different.
Yeah, but you could see progress, that the team was progressing. You could see there were improvements. You could see a certain style of play. And Jurgen Klopp
So
was
why
a
don't
very
you let the guys
experienced
stay?
manager.
Why don't
No,
you
but
let the
there
guys
wasn't-
stay till the end of
There
the
weren't
season?
signs of progress.
that's one school of thought. That's one school of thought. I mean, you look at Pep Guardiola, his first season in England.
He didn't win anything.
He-
For the very
he-
first time in
I
his
mean, he
managerial
finished
career.
fourth or
Yeah.
But
was
there
it
were
fourth?
signs, but you could see.
But there were signs that he was building something, and he said the next season was going to happen. He got quality players in the team when he came. It's not a matter of assembling players. It's not a matter of just going around. Werner is good, Havertz is good. Let me just patch them. It doesn't work that way. You need to build a chemistry. You need to build a unit. I mean, like Elon was saying, there are no signs of that unit gelling.
But 9th position, a win in 5 matches, is not really bad.
The inconsistencies. The inconsistencies.
Well, for Chelsea,
He's
it's
going to
very
win a
bad.
cup game and come to the league. I mean, lose a game everybody expects him to
First
win.
cup games he was playing
And-
against
and-
lower tier sides.
And sometimes his selection
Yes,
choices will baffle you.
It baffles the mind. You wonder what he's thinking. You can't. There's no cutout identity.
I mean,
So
there
we
was,
should just go and learn and
there was a
come.
particular game where he played a midfield 3 of Mason Mount, Jorginho, and Kai Havertz.
yes,
In a 4-3-3.
yes. How's that? There's no balance.
In a 4-3-3.
There's no balance.
He kept experimenting. I mean,
So you should go and learn and come. But let's talk about the new coach, Thomas Tuchel. I mean, impressed the appointment?
you see, he divides opinion for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because bear in mind, he's a good coach. He started off his coaching career at a certain Augsburg, where he coached their youth team, and then he was promoted to coach Augsburg, to where he coached a certain Julian Nagelsmann, who he propelled into coaching. In fact, a lot of people don't know this, but Julian Nagelsmann always says he owes his coaching career to Thomas Tuchel, because he was his centre back who was always getting injured, so he pushed him up. Then he left and went to Mainz. When he went to Mainz, Mainz was a team in turmoil. In fact, by then Mainz had just lost Jurgen Klopp. So they were looking for an able replacement, because Jurgen Klopp at that time was the best young manager in the German Bundesliga. He took Mainz and took them into the Europa League. But then that's where the travail started. In his second season, he wanted to maintain a certain level at Mainz. So he went to the board to ask for money. And what did they do? They said no. And what happened? He fought with them and he got sacked. Same at Dortmund. He clashed with Watzke, got sacked.
Yeah.
At PSG as well, he clashed with Leonardo over very trivial issues like installing cameras on the training ground and stuff like that. You know, some of his methods didn't, because Leonardo, I think, is a technical director at PSG, and he didn't understand why you should put cameras on a training ground. He felt that it would put players under pressure. And he put a nail in his coffin by some of the comments he went to make in the media about politics, etc. So he's a coach that has never been sacked for performance-related stuff. And his overall winning percentage hovers around 65% in all the teams he's going. In fact, PSG pushed that average up because at PSG he had a 78% winning ratio. So on paper, he looks a very good manager with very good statistics. But then again, when you're walking into a team like Chelsea, where the boardroom, the players, etc., play a very integral role in the team, you need to understand how to play that politics.
Yeah.
If he gets on the wrong side of the board, he's going. I mean, Lampard is gone. Mourinho went. He's going. But then tactically, we are yet to see him put his imprint. He just arrived. We expect the best. Like for a lot of us Chelsea fans, we've waxed lyrical about managers in the past. We've learnt our lessons. We are not going to do that anymore. We're going to give him one game at a time. If he does well, absolutely fantastic. If he doesn't, he's out the door.
Just one training session, his first game against Wolverhampton Wanderers and Kai Havertz, you could clearly see why Chelsea bought a player that we were used to watching him in the German Bundesliga.
Definitely. I mean, that game, 10 minutes into watching that game, a lot of us were confused as to the kind of formation he was playing. We were like utterly confused. We didn't know what he was doing. But then we realized that he was actually playing three at the back with Azpilicueta, Rudiger, and Thiago Silva. And he played that double pivot that a lot of people had been missing with, I think, Kovacic and Jorginho. So now, and then he played Chilwell as
so they were in front of the back three.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. So he played
Chilwell and Hudson-Odoi.
So they kept sitting, and then Chilwell and Hudson-Odoi played as wing backs. Then he had Giroud, and Kai Havertz was playing directly behind Olivier Giroud, exactly where he's used to playing. So he would vary his tactics to accommodate the players that come in. But then again, he looked at different players. It shows you that he was bereft in confidence. Same as he said in Timo Werner. His confidence is completely gone. That miss against Luton Town was ridiculous. But he put his arm around these players and try and get them playing again. A lot of people are asking the Mason Mount question. Why was he on the bench? He came on. He showed that he was still a good player. He needs a rest anyway because Lampard always found a way to accommodate him in that team. But early days yet, but we all wish and hope that Thomas Tuchel, I'm trying to pronounce it the German way, Thomas Tuchel would imprint his stamp on that Chelsea team.
You watched the Wolverhampton Wanderers Chelsea game.
Yeah,
I mean, clearly, can you see him doing well?
Of course, tactically, he's right up there with the best. I mean, like Elom said, you could see that he's trying to carve out an identity for the team. And I'm sure in the next few games, we'll see a variation of these tactics until he finds the perfect fit that will catapult the team to that success. But personally, I have questions about his tactical ability. Because of his previous experiences. I mean, he hasn't really been in the kind of league like the Premier League. I mean, he's had an easy run. I mean, if no disrespect to the French league or the Bundesliga, but this is a completely different terrain. He's going to find out that it's much more physical. I mean, the injuries will. There are so many dynamics that will propel the team, and I really wish for Chelsea that this is the man to elevate them to that position.
Yesterday I was watching the Chelsea on scene on Chelsea TV, and you know what he did in the training session? He made them train with my nature balls.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yes, because he said he wanted them to have more control, and you know Burnley is a very tough team to break down.
Yeah.
So the more control you have of the ball, the more you'll be able to find players.
He's also known to allow his defenders to train with tennis balls. So they don't hold on to the strikers.
I read that as well.
Much like Bielsa, he has his own tactics and his own mentality, and I'm really hoping for the good of Chelsea.
So
that
Chelsea fans should be happy about it.
Well,
it's a better appointment than Lampard.
And
obviously.
another master stroke he's done is he's kept half of Lampard's backroom staff.
Yeah.
And he's brought in his two assistants and his video guy. Apparently, the video guy he brought in knew nothing about football before he was employed. Yeah. So he brought in the video guy, and he's about to do that. He's fixing cameras on the training ground again. In fact, I had at PSG, there was one camera per player.
Yeah.
So he could analyze every player. I think that's very minimalist. But I mean, come on.
No, these minute details.
You know, and now the question is, will Chelsea give him the time?
So you see, that's the thing. If they don't give him the time and they don't give him the leeway, his temperament will let
because
him
18 months will just come.
And he has a one.
So that's like I think the board is expecting some kind of instant success because 18 months is really short to assess somebody.
Success at this time in the Premier League.
It's going to be difficult.
It's not possible. It's not possible.
It is possible. I mean, with the quality of players they have, if they're able to gel within the shortest possible time, they can do something phenomenal.
Phenomenal as in winning the league.
No,
or
not
definitely
winning the
not.
league,
but
but-
probably
but-
finishing in Champions League places.
Okay, well,
I mean,
yeah,
if
Champions League
Chelsea
places
finish
is cool.
second, third,
No.
I think it's the maximum
Third or
achievement
fourth.
for them under the
They can.
circumstances.
I mean, they can fight.
I mean,
to be
obviously,
on-
he's even Tuchel in his how do you call it, in his press conference has ruled out winning the Premier League.
Oh, yeah,
He said now they are fighting for the FA Cup and the Champions League. So let's wait and see how that happens.
All right, so you can also get through to us now. Our phone line is activated. The number to call, let me quickly go through that again for you, is 0550. Okay, so it's on your screen there, so you can see it and get through to us, and let's have some discussion on the English Premier League, the Ghana Premier League, and all the other issues we are discussing here. But guys, let's talk about the Manchester United Arsenal game. I'll start with you, Eustace. I mean, for Manchester United, on the run that you were in, to have lost to Sheffield United at home, that came to me as a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, I mean, there were trolls earlier on that the zebra is on top of the tree and he's going to fall or whatever it is that people were saying. I didn't believe that, but the only doubt that was in my mind was the ability of the manager, because I identified earlier on this show that there are so many different dynamics that make a championship winning team. You need a coach who's apt. You need the players. You need to blow teams away. You need to be able to come the right mentality. And this Sheffield game, for some reason, I felt there was a lot of complacency. I mean, I look at the goals we conceded, and this is a game we should have won. Man City would have won this game by 4. They play Sheffield. You're going to see what Man City will do to them. They should have won by 5 goals to 0.
Yeah.
It was just appalling, the attitude of some of the players. The manager Matic was quite slow on the day. His recovery, Anthony Martial, I don't want to speak about him. And then who was the other one? Twanzebe at the back. Those guys we have squad depth. We have the players.
Let's go to Cape Coast and pick Collins, and then we'll come back to you. Hi, Collins. Good morning.
Good morning, officer.
Yes, let's hear you, sir.
Yeah, my Manchester United team will massacre Arsenal 3-1 this afternoon.
Manchester United win 3-1. Okay. That's the same thing you guys did last week. And
no, against Liverpool. We promised you were going to
Oh, no, but you drew with Liverpool. It was the FA Cup.
Yeah, but still Liverpool.
But you lost to Sheffield.
It happened. It happened, so I know that it will happen.
Hey, now it happens.
No, it was just a bad day at the office.
All right, Collins, thank you very much for your call.
Right,
so you can also call.
Benedict, it was just it's a loss I cannot comprehend, because as a team that's making a big statement of intent for the title, Sheffield was a team we should have blown away, absolutely blown away. And when you have players like Cavani, whose work rate, his work ethic, you don't take chances and put him on the bench. Why underestimate the opposition? I just don't get Ole sometimes, because certain key decisions, if we lose the league, is going to be because of certain decisions he's taking.
If you
We are right at the.
Why does that mean that you are going to win the league?
But you know, Manchester United fans over the last couple of weeks have a certain firm belief that they are title contenders.
Yes, we are.
They do have the right to hold that belief that they are title contenders, simply because they have a certain fantastic away form, and they've built up a certain degree of consistency.
The last time they lost an away game was to Liverpool last season.
Definitely. So this is where the quality of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will come to bear.
Exactly.
If he's able to maintain that fantastic away form, and he's able to amass as many points, they should be there and thereabouts.
But would they be able to go around an Arsenal team that have been resolute and have been playing very well?
Benedict, before you progress any further, Arsenal had a very bad slump. They've come back. It's been 6 games since they last lost. They found some consistency.
And they are blowing teams away.
Because
just check how they finished off Southampton.
No disrespect to any team, but the quality of
let's
opposition.
Talk to Felix, and then we'll come to you and talk about Arsenal. Felix, good morning.
Good morning.
Where are you calling us from?
This Mumford.
Mampon, okay, let's hear you, sir.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. We are listening.
Okay. Arsenal will beat Manchester 3-1.
Okay, Arsenal 3, United 1.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
Arsenal
they are having party.
They are doing what?
They have party.
And because they have party, they will win 3-1.
Yes.
Which team do you support?
Real Madrid.
You support Real Madrid. But in England, you don't support any team?
Nah, I support party.
You support what?
Party.
Party. Ah, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
He's being patriotic.
Ah, okay. All right, okay. Thank you very much. Okay.
Arsenal beat Manchester United at Old Trafford earlier when we didn't have our rhythm yet. But I look at the quality of players Manchester have available. We should be able to blow this Arsenal team away. The key man, I mean, he's a deep line playmaker, Thomas Partey. but everything goes through him. He initiates everything. If they are able to cut the supply to Saka and Rowe Smith, I mean, you isolate Partey and he's unable to
Smith
perform.
Rowe has been fantastic.
He's been
since
fantastic. I
Oh,
remember
oh,
they
yes.
brought in other guys.
Oh yes, he's done
Yes,
a
I
phenomenal
don't think
job.
he'll start this game.
No, he won't start. I mean, he plays in the same position as Smith. So
Smith is going
if
to
you're an
start.
Arteta, there is no way
He's energetic.
you will put Smith on the bench and
He's
hope
energetic,
Odegaard.
he's ambitious, but if there's a marker on Thomas Partey, if we cut him out of the game,
And how are you going to do that?
I mean, we saw the likes of Ander Herrera once,
Unless
once
maybe
Police,
you do that
Eden Hazard.
with Fred and McTominay.
One of them should actually sacrifice.
Well, they are very good. They are very good.
Oh yeah,
at that.
they are very good tactically. I think they should be able to keep Partey out. If they do, the onus is on Ole to win the game. Arsenal have no shout. They've been on some small consistency. They have no shout in this game. We have the quality. We need to win this away game.
Let's
And
go
remind
to Achim,
everybody.
let's go to Achim and pick a caller. Hi, good morning. Hello.
Good morning.
Yes, please, your name.
Yeah, I'm Terry from Akem Atafo.
Okay, let's hear you, sir. You're live.
You guys are doing a very, very good job. So I must commend you for that.
Thank you.
You know, one thing is, we the Chelsea fans want to say to the whole world that Fisher is going to do a fantastic job for us. Therefore, all the teams claiming to be on top should watch out because we are coming like Kakai. Or shout out to my fans in Akem Atafo. That's a wicked for you.
All right, thank you very much. Hello, where were you going?
No, I wasn't going anywhere. I was just stretching out and
Cheering for Chelsea.
No,
all right, so
like I said earlier, top four is a must. I mean, if
It won't happen this season.
Oh no, anything other than top four will be a failure for Tuchel. That's exactly why they brought him in, because they were scared Lampard.
So it's not about winning titles, just about finishing top
No,
four.
no,
Okay.
in this season, but
This
next season.
I'll let you wrap up on that, but finish your Arsenal.
Yes, so my point is that we should be able to blow this Arsenal side away easily. I mean, they've gotten some small confidence from the games that they were winning. I mean, they've drawn one and won 5, but they haven't come up against any worthy opposition. This is their biggest test in the last 2 months. And trust me, they know what Manchester United is made of. Our counter-attacking game should be spot on. There are holes in that Arsenal defense to be exploited.
Okay.
Believe you me, we will win this game. 3 goals minimum. Everybody, watch out for that.
Manchester
You'll
United.
be here. We'll cut this same video and come and show you.
Oh,
next
yes.
time. Let's go to the Western region and speak to Stephen. Hi, Stephen. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, Stephen. Let's hear you.
Okay. Okay, you are doing a good job. God bless you over there.
Amen.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes, sir, we are listening to you.
Yeah, God bless you.
Amen. God bless you too.
Okay.
Okay, well, Stephen.
Yeah,
it
he
looks
just called to bestow blessings upon us. Amen. Thank you,
Thank you
Stephen.
very much. Thank you very much. So, Elom, now let's talk about Liverpool. Liverpool on a very bad patch. Now they are back. And they came back in an emphatic way. That performance was amazing. For the very first time in about 6 games, you've seen them create chances. You've seen them control a game properly. And that's what they did to Jose Mourinho's side. And I was very surprised Mourinho mentioned that the best team lost. Can you imagine?
I mean,
What
this is
game?
Mourinho.
What
When-
game
when,
did
I
you
saw,
watch?
when I saw the lineups of that game, I was like, oh my God. Mourinho came to do what he does
Yeah,
best.
of course, to defend and catch them.
Definitely. And I believe that disallowed goal from Son Heung-min, etc., would probably
Would have
raise their
changed the
confidence
dynamic.
Yeah, of
the ground. Yeah. But then again, Trent Alexander-Arnold played well. Sadio Mane had one of the best games he's had over the last, 6, 7, 8 games.
Yeah.
True.
And when these 2 players play, they are the pivots of what Liverpool does. I mean, Liverpool are still reeling from the injuries they've got.
Yeah.
I mean, believe you me.
And can you imagine
If
Fabinho is injured now, Matip also injured.
You know, if Liverpool had their best team on the pitch this season, they probably would have been 10 points ahead of everybody. And we all know this. But then again, these are marks of good teams. You have to have strength in depth. And it has showed in the result. But against Tottenham, Mourinho berated his players, especially the likes of Sergio Riera, who we had stormed out of the stadium during halftime. But that was an impressive performance, especially from Bobby Firmino. He created his spaces properly, and he was amazing. Mohamed Salah as well ran his socks off on that game. So Liverpool are picking up a certain rhythm. Their next game is against West Ham.
West Ham.
A very formidable opposition. David Moyes is doing something amazing at West Ham. And with Antonio back, the likes they've now made Ben Aramis loan a permanent deal for 25 million. They've brought in a certain Jesse Lingard, and we are hearing that they are looking to bring in Josh King as well before the end of the window. If they do, it will be a massive threat to Liverpool. But then again, you fully expect them to win that game. It will be a very, very cagey game because that's how David Moyes sets up his team against the biggest teams. He plays 3 at the back and makes it cagey. But Liverpool proved that they can break teams like that due to what they did to Tottenham. So you fully expect Liverpool to get back on their stride again. And Jurgen Klopp would be a very, very happy man, even if they come out 1-0 winners in that game against West Ham.
All right, so I'll come to you and ask if you think Liverpool should sign a centre-back before the window closes on Tuesday. But let's pick a caller. Hi, good morning. Your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Your name?
My name is Daniel.
Daniel, calling
I'm calling from FJIC in Jason Street.
Okay, all right. Let's hear you, sir.
My only wish is that Man United will not win the league. That is what I want.
Okay.
So we are hoping Pep Guardiola will come to our aid as he's been doing.
Okay.
I win the league for us.
All right.
We can't handle the noise we are going to make. This Manchester United fans, they talk a lot.
They talk a lot, eh?
Yeah.
All right, okay. There's one in the studio. So you mean he's talking too much?
I can see him.
You can see him. All right, okay. Thank you.
Again, supporters union.
Charlie, it's not you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So, I mean, do you think they should sign a centre-back?
Well, yeah.
Because now there is no recognized senior centre-back. All of them are injured.
So
they only have Rhys Williams and Nat Phillips.
Yes, Nat Phillips. But is he reliable? They have a lot of games coming out, and they are in different competitions.
Rhys Williams made Marcus Rashford look like a Lionel Messi.
Well, the step up from the youth side or the under-23s to the main team is big. But the thing is that can he do it consistently? Is he going to be reliable? If that option, what if he gets injured or there's a COVID? Because of the various possibilities, I think that it will be wise to get not necessarily anybody expensive, but somebody with enough quality to do a makeshift. Yes.
Socrates is available.
Maybe Jonathan Mensah is available.
Oh, Jonathan Mensah is in Ghana.
Yeah, but they should get somebody in there because Fabinho was consistent, even though he was performing. He's not a natural centre back, but he held the fort so well. And now that he's out, they need somebody with that substantive quality to be able to running.
You just mentioned Jonathan Mensah's name. I mean, if I were Liverpool, a player that was
experienced,
and a player that was named in the
MLS
team of the year. I mean, it would be bad to just take him on loan. Now he's here in Ghana as well.
You should take a measure because the running is going to be very fierce. Anything can happen. I mean, we all know what one bad tactical game can do.
Let's pick our last caller. Hi, your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, I'm Ivan.
Evan, so let's say, sir.
Yes. Thank you. I'm praying that Manchester United should win because United play, yes, he has won some couple of matches, it's okay. But it seems our coach is taking things for granted. Sheffield United is a team of which you are supposed to get a mass point from such a team. So that when you meet a big team like Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, and you are drawing, it's okay. But how can you sit at Old Trafford losing such a huge point like that? But we are praying that today we will find our rhythm and get that maximum 3 points from Arsenal. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. And so let's wrap up, guys. Which other games are you going to look forward to? We have Arsenal, United, West Ham, Liverpool, Chelsea, Burnley, Man City, Sheffield, and then Brighton, Tottenham Hotspur.
Well, that Brighton Tottenham Hotspur will be an interesting game.
Yeah, very interesting.
Simply because Mourinho would have to bounce back, and I'm looking forward to looking at the players he's going to put out. Harry Kane is injured.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to see who's going to play up front in that game. Is he going to just stick with Son or Bergkamp? But Brighton themselves need a bit of redemption, and Chris Potter would be very lick his lips at the prospect of Tottenham Hotspur. So I believe that will be a tough game. Chelsea Burnley as well, because Tuchel couldn't break down Wolverhampton. Burnley are more stubborn than Wolverhampton. We all wait to see if he has that master key to break down Burnley, who in fact blew Aston Villa away by 3-2 in a very intriguing game.
And they actually came from a goal.
Yeah, and it was a very interesting game because the 3 goals seemed the same.
Yeah.
And Gareth Bale has come to Tottenham Hotspur, and we're only seeing him play 10 minutes, 8 minutes.
Yeah, because in Jose Mourinho's team, you need to work for a place. I mean, you don't come in with your reputation and expect to start games. You need to put in the work. He's been given an opportunity in the cup games, but I think he's not imposing himself enough to earn a starting position in the club. But with that quality available, I mean, it's tricky because Mourinho plays on the counter attack. He prefers that method, and Gareth Bale thrives. I mean, he's in the twilight of his career, so he thrives. It would have worked for him if he was much younger.
Okay.
But for now,
But personally, I don't think Gareth Bale is interested in football.
it doesn't look like he has the bite for it. He doesn't want. The hunger is not there. And Mourinho won't play you because you are Gareth Bale, because of what you've done at Real Madrid.
Guys, thank you very much. Really appreciate your time here on the show. But quickly, before we take leave of you, let's let you know what's to also expect in other leagues. When you go to France, we'll see action. There will be Montpellier, Lens, and then Marseille will take on Stade Rennais, Nice and Saint-Etienne. Sometimes somebody was mentioning this and said nice. Saint-Etienne. Nice and Saint-Etienne, Lorient, Paris Saint-Germain, Nantes, AS Monaco in Italy. And Sampdoria will come up against Juventus, Bologna, AC Milan. AC Milan lost their last game to Atalanta, so they were hoping to bounce back to winning ways. Inter Milan are at home to Benevento, and Napoli will take on Parma. In the Bundesliga, Bayern Munich will be at home to Hoffenheim. Dortmund, Augsburg. These days, Dortmund are fooling, so please don't bet on Dortmund. Leipzig, Bayer Leverkusen. Arminia Bielefeld will take on FC Cologne, and then Wolfsburg, Freiburg. So there are matches in the Spanish La Liga as well. Barcelona will be at home to Athletic Bilbao. What a game that will be. Recently, they played in a Super Cup, and then Barca lost that game by 3 goals to a game that Lionel Messi was red carded for the very first time in his football career. Real Valladolid, Huesca happened yesterday. Eibar will take on Sevilla. Real Madrid also will be at home to Levante. These are some matches to expect in the Spanish La Liga. And on that note, we end today's edition of Playmakers here on MX24. Thanks so much for your company. We are back same time next week. But do remember to join Same Battles tomorrow on Off the Cuff from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Bye-bye.